So you're working on your introductory paragraph and you've got a strong thesis statement and an attention-grabbing hook, but you got to bring it all together. You got to give the background information. You got to give the bridge that's going to connect everything together and really tie your paragraph together. So you got to think to yourself, what does my reader need to know to understand my topic? If they've never read what I've read, if they weren't in our class discussion, how will they get the background they need to understand the rest of your essay? Because your essay is not a summary, right? So you're not telling all about the story. What major things do they need to know to understand your thesis statement? It connects the hook and the thesis statement together. It brings them together. Right now, they're just two separate things floating around, and they need to be brought together to make a nice, cohesive paragraph. The book should be somewhere between 2 and 3 sentences long. Could be longer, but that should be your goal. So you want to think about this. I've got my hook on one side over here, right? And my thesis statement over here on two sides of that river. And how am I going to bring them together? I got to build a bridge. And the bridge is my background. It bridges, it connects it. So whatever I put in the background has to get my thoughts from what I had in my hook to what I have in my thesis statement. So it all comes together nicely. For this essay, again, looking at our prompt, write a 4-paragraph character analysis of Mrs. Stevenson. Support your analysis with examples of her actions as expressed in the dialogue and stage directions. Be sure to show how her actions affect the drama's plot. Look at your hook and your thesis that you've already written. How am I going to bring these together? Determine how you're going to get your reader from one to the other, helping them to know how the hook and thesis go together. These can't be separate statements because it's a paragraph. So it all has to come together. Here's an example. If my hook is, has anyone ever been so annoying that others want them dead? And my thesis is the drama, Sorry, Wrong Number by Lucille Fletcher, portrays Mrs. Stevenson, whose querulous and imperious ways affect the plot. What do they need to know? They need to know more about her. I mean, we're saying annoying, querulous, imperious. Doesn't sound like a great person, right? Her name is mentioned in the thesis statement, but how do we bring these two things together? Here's an idea. The main character of the murder mystery. So now I'm giving you more. I had said drama. I'm giving you more about what it is. I'm saying main character since I'm saying her name in the next sentence. I don't want to say her name in every sentence. Is rude to everyone and complains about everyone. There gives you the annoying, imperious, querulous. Her behavior is given back to her, and no one is there to save her in the end. There's a whole somebody wants her done, right? Her behavior comes back at her. So now I could read this as a paragraph, and it will flow. Has anyone ever been so annoying that others want them dead? The main character of the murder mystery is rude to everyone and complains about everyone. Her behavior is given back to her, and no one is there to save her in the end. The drama, Sorry, Wrong Number by Lucille Fletcher, portrays Mrs. Stevenson, whose querulous and imperious ways affect the plot. The paragraph's done. The intro is done. Here's an example from a former student of mine. Similar, they used a different, slightly different hook and background because they don't all have to be the same. How do you want to get the information, right? So they have a statement about Karma, and then they talk about her being bossy and whiny. So you want to look at this. You're filling in that top section. You're making sure all 3 sections, that triangle is there to remind us we start with the big, broad idea of the hook, and then we bring ourselves in with our background down to our specific thesis statement. All right, get that finished and show your teacher.